Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the topic, the land of Pakistan. And in the topic of the land of Pakistan, the subtopic is the landforms and the drainage. And today we are going to read the lecture number 2 in the topic, the Western Mountains. These includes the Saft Ko range, number 2, the Waziristan Hills and the Intermontane Valleys. Number 3, the Suleiman Kirtha range with the Quetta syntaxes, Zarghum Knot, and the Balochistan Plateau. So here we are going to read the first, that is Saft Ko range, the Saft Ko range, Waziristan Hills, and the Intermontane Valleys. So concentrate yourself. Here we are going to start. River Kabul separates the northern mountains from the Saft Ko ranges. So River Kabul is the boundary or is the separation line between the northern mountains and the Saft Ko range. These mountains run in an east to west direction. Average height is 3600 meters with Sikarem, that is 4760 meters being the highest peak. So this is the Sikarem, which is the highest peak in the Saft Ko range. In the east, they merge with the Kohat Hills that have an average height of 1600 meters. These are so called because they are usually remains covered with snow. So this is the reason of their name. South of the Saft Ko range lies the Waziristan Hills with an average height of 1500 to 3000 meters. A number of the passes, so this is very important, a number of the passes have appeared as a result of the rivers draining the ranges. Important passes are Khyber Pass, the most important pass, connects Peshawar of Pakistan with the Kabul of Afghanistan. Other passes include the Kurram Pass and the Tochi Pass and the Gomal Pass. So these are the important passes which connects Pakistan with Afghanistan. These passes have been named after the rivers providing drainage to the ranges as well as forming three major intermontane valleys, that is Peshawar, Kohat and Banu valleys. These valleys are bounded on all sides by hills and mountains except the east where they have open into the Indus plain. So these valleys are surrounded by the hills on the three sides, but on the fourth side there is actually Indus plain, and where the important western tributaries of Kabul, Kohat, Kurram and Tochi join the Indus River. The next thing for today's lecture is the valleys. So now we are going to read these valleys which we have read in this paragraph one by one. The Peshawar Valley. The Peshawar Valley is the largest and is 300 meter high. It has the shape of the downward basin filled with deep alluvium and with gravel on the foothills. It is drained by the Kabul and Swat rivers. The next is Kohat Valley. The Kohat Valley is the smallest and the highest, 460 meters. So it is smallest in area wise but highest in height wise. Its floor is covered with silt, sand, clay and gravel. A number of the limestone ridges run across the valley in the east-west direction. River Kohat drains the valley. The next valley that we are going to read is the Banu Valley. The Banu Valley is the lowest, so it is lowest in height of all the three valleys. It is the low structural basin covered on almost all three sides by hills opening in the east to the Indus plain. So again, it is already we have read that from three sides these valleys are covered with the hills, but the fourth side is open to the Indus plain. Kurram and Tochi rivers together with a number of the smaller streams drain the valley, and they have caused braided channels on the valley. Soft clay to big boulders have been deposited by the same streams that drain the valley. Okay, the next thing that we are going to read today, that is very, very important as far as paper is concerned, and this topic comes frequently in the paper, the life and economic activity in the intermontane valleys. Population density in the valley areas is relatively high, with the Peshawar Valley being the most densely populated area. So as far as population is concerned, this is densely populated. Construction of the dams on the western tributaries of the Indus has made it easier to develop irrigation and agriculture. So this is a very helpful step taken by the government. That is construction of the dams that is helping the people for the irrigation purposes. Varsak Dam on the Kabul River is a multi-purpose dam. It provides hydroelectric power, and its canals as well as the upper and lower Swat canals of the Swat River provide irrigation for the important grain and cash crops of the rice, wheat, sugarcane and tobacco. Peshawar after Mardan is the second major tobacco growing areas. Tanda Dam on the Kohat River and a number of the bunds, artificial embankment are the main source of the irrigation in the Kohat Valley, where wheat, millet and grams are cultivated. In the Banu Valley, a dam on the Kuram River irrigates the region. Recently constructed Kohat Tunnel has facilitated traffic flow between the Peshawar and Kohat. So this is another very important step taken by the government to construct a Kohat tunnel that actually facilitates the traffic between Peshawar and Kohat. That was a big problem in the past years. A number of the cottage industries have long been established, and their products include various handicrafts, and the famous Kohati and Peshawari chappals, loose footwear are famous products of the area. Here we are going to read the next topic in the lecture is that is Suleiman Mountains. They run southward from South Waziristan with a width of 20 to 25 kilometers. They comprise parallel to sub-parallel ranges running north to south. Average height ranges from 3440 meter in the north to 1600 meter in the south, with Takhte Suleiman being the highest peak. So this is the important point to be remembered. The highest peak of the Suleiman mountain is the Takhte Suleiman, which is 3487 meter. They merge into the Mari Bukti hills in the south. The Mari Bukti hills run for about 120 kilometers and have an average height of 600 to 1000 meters. The next thing that we are going to read is the Quetta syntaxis Zarhum knot. It is a complex mass of the hills and ranges that extend westward from the Mari Bukti hills. Triangular in shape with 190 kilometer length and 50 kilometer width. The highest peak of the Balochistan, the Loe Sar peak, that is 3583 meter, is located in the Zarhum knot. So important point to be noted, the highest peak of the Balochistan is located in this area. Further westward, they take a southward bend to become the Quetta syntaxis. The next thing that we are going to read is the Kirthar Mountains. They start south of the Quetta syntaxis with a width of 30 km and the length of the 400 km. They run up to the Arabian Sea in the south. In the north, they are known as the Nagan range. Eastward, they merge into the Kohistan area of Sindh. The Bolan Pass is located between Quetta syntaxis Zarhum knot in the north and the Suleiman Kirthar range in the south. The Bolan Pass connects the Balochistan plateau with the Sindh plains. So these are important points to be remembered. The next thing that we are going to read in the lecture is the Balochistan plateau. The largest plateau in the Pakistan, located in the southwest of the country, west of the Suleiman Kirthar range, that separates it from the Indus plain. So these are the boundaries. The Chaman and the Ornach Nal faults running north to south to the Arabian Sea divide the whole plateau into the eastern and the western parts. Physiography on either side of the faults is different from that on the other. So the features are different from one another. Average height of the plateau varies considerably from 300 to 10 meters because of variety of the topography features. So a lot of the variations as far as the height is concerned is there. On the whole, the plateau consists of basins, mountains and hill ranges, deserts and coastal plain. The next thing that we are going to read today is the physiography east of the fault. This area consists of four distinct physiographic features, and here we are going to read one by one. Number one is the Toba Kakad ranges and the adjoining basins. These ranges extend from Chaman in the south to the Waziristan Hills in the north over a distance of 240 to 280 kilometers. The average height of the Toba Kakad ranges is the 3000 meters. Shape is consists of a number of the curved sub-parallel ranges. Khojak Pass, located near Chaman, connects Quetta with Kandahar, Afghanistan. So here are some passes. These are located in the Toba Kakad ranges. A number of the basins are located in the east and south of the ranges. Yob and Loralai basins are two major basins where agriculture is practiced. So rest of the area is not applicable as far as agriculture is concerned. So agriculture is done in the Yob and Loralai basins. The next thing that we are going to read is the Kalat Plateau. Located south of the equator with an average height of 1600 to 2000 meters. Extends for 250 kilometers north to west and 110 kilometers east to west. The plateau is crisscrossed by a number of the north-south running ranges like the Kohe Maran, Harboi, Bruhui, and Central Brahui ranges. So these are the ranges drained by a number of the streams. So this is another very important point to be remembered. The drained by a number of the streams running north to south, while a few rivers run in an east to west direction. The next thing that we are going to read is the Khuzdar Knot. Located south of the Kalat Plateau, a triangular region of the undulating ranges that run east to west in the north and north to west to southeast in the south. So area is 75 by 60 kilometers. So it is a big area. Average height of the hills is 1800 to 2400 meters high. A number of the small streams and the Mula River drain the knot. The next thing that we are going to read is the Las Bela Plains. Located south of the Khuzdar Knot, east of the Haru Range, and west of the Pub and More ranges. Triangular area of 120 by 80 kilometers, so another big area with its apex northward and base southward along the coast. The plains are covered with alluvium and gravel, so these are very precious plains. The Paroli River is the main drainage of the plains. The next thing that we are going to read is the physiographic west of the faults. The area of the Balochistan Plateau west of the Chaman and the Ornech Null faults consist of the number of the sub-parallel ranges running east to west. These ranges are interrupted at places by number of the wide basins. So this is the quality, this is the distinguishing feature of these ranges, that these ranges are interrupted at places by the number of the wide basins. North to south, the ranges include the Chaghi Hills are located at the Pak-Afghan border. Chaghi Hills are very famous as far as Pakistan's nuclear explosions are concerned. Average height is 2000 meters and run for about 130 kilometers. A number of the extinct volcanic peaks are located to their west. These volcanic peaks were active at one time, but they are now extinct, like Kohe Sultan, Domodin, and Kohe Dalil. The foothills are dominated by sand dunes. The Sandek mines are located further westward. So, and other very precious mines which are located in the area. To the south of the Chaghi is located a structural basin. South of the basin are located the Rasco ranges that run for 230 kilometer. Average height is 2000 meter, and the highest peak is Rasco, that is 3003 meters. South of the Rasco range, a structural basin is located with inland drainage of the Playa lakes. Two major lakes are the Hamune Mashke and the Hamune Murgo. The Siachen Range is situated south of the Hamuns. So, another very important range is also there, that is Siachen. That is reason of the conflict between Pakistan and India. Average height is 2000 meter. Siachen is also the highest war land or war area in the world. The range is curved in shape and runs east to west from Chaman to Iran. South of the Siachen range are located a number of the sub-parallel ranges. For example, the Central Makran range. They include the Gokprosh and the Rakshan ranges. Average height is 1000 to 1200 meters. Rivers Rashkhan and Kech Nihing drain the ranges. Kech Nihing becomes a Dutch river before falling into the Arabian Sea. In the southernmost region, the Makran Coast range is located along the Makran Coast. These hills run for 1000 meters and rise to an average height of the 200 to 600 meters. So this was the lecture number 2, students. I hope so this will be much more easier for you to understand now. This is the lecture, so you have please read it again, understand it, learn it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.